read the public notice on the amendment to the annual action plan.
Revised meeting notice. Notice is hereby given that the City of Jamestown CDBG and home fiscal year 2021, 2022, and 2023 annual action plans have been amended and will be submitted to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, pending all comments received through a 30-day public comment period beginning November 15th, 2024, and at the public hearing. The drafted amended plan can be found on the website at jamestowny.gov or in person at the municipal building. A public hearing will be held at 6:30 p.m. on November 25th, 2024 in the council chambers located on the second floor of the municipal building. Any person with a disability requiring reasonable accommodation in order to participate in the meetings should call 716-483-7612 with their request prior to the scheduled meetings. Note original publication listed 6:45 p.m. as the time of the hearing.
Thank you. Is there any correspondence received regarding the hearing?
I did not receive any.
Crystal, is there anything you wanted to add before we?
Just to reiterate, I think we talked about it probably last week when we first introduced this. So the CAPER, as we discussed at the last hearing session, that is our annual report. As we put those numbers together and we evaluate where we're at, that also gives us opportunity to evaluate what we've accomplished, what money do we have left over in different programs. And so as part of that process, we realize that there's some funding left over, you know, kind of small amounts in various programs. And so we want to make sure that those monies are getting out into the community in ways that are beneficial. They don't do anybody any good sitting in our account waiting for the program to start over. And the dollar amounts were small enough that to make any significant impact in those specific programs, they really don't until we get our next year disbursement. So rather than kind of sit on them, we would much rather reallocate and get the money out into the community. So we are proposing a mini grant, very, very similar to the American Rescue Plan mini grant program that we had. We did increase the dollar amount from $2,500 from the ARPA program to $4,500 for the HUD funding for various reasons, but mainly the $2,500 was just, it was small enough that it was a hard amount for people, especially low to moderate income persons, to be able to come up with a match. And where the difference with ARPA and HUD is that we must serve those low to moderate income persons. So we are proposing reallocating from fiscal years 2021, 2022, 2023, a total amount of $52,722.80. That will be the full amount in that grant program, and we'll monitor that and see how that goes, if approved.
Thank you. Is there anyone here who would wish to address the public hearing this evening?
Doug Champ, 225 Bullitt Street. I think it's a great opportunity to reprogram funding, and that's an important process of evaluating where you are regarding your community development plan. And I just have some questions regarding kind of reprogramming. Did that original money come from what was referred to as the Crime Awareness Prevention Program?
Some of it.
Okay.
Yep.
So
it was unused in that program.
Was there a reason why it couldn't be used?
Yeah, so when it was originally developed, it was helping to fund the community resource officer position, which we no longer have.
So now in your existing plan, you have what you referred to as a Crime Awareness Prevention Program. It's an enhanced program.
Gives us a little bit more flexibility so we can still accomplish some of those goals that we had in the way it was previously developed, but allows us to not specify it so specifically to that position.
So that's, this one in 2024 is kind of more of a holistic approach to prevention. I just wanted to read some of this because I found it kind of interesting. this particular program, the one that we have now, called Crime Awareness Prevention. Promotion of crime awareness and prevention, including crime prevention and education programs, community orientation, policing programs above and beyond normal staffing levels. I'm not quite sure what that means. Installation of security cameras and paying for security guards. So, where are the?
So those are all of the things that are allowable
Those are-
according to HUD guidelines. But our program specifically allocated funding to that community resource officer position.
So you have some, with the new enhanced program, you have this flexibility to do these things as you see worthwhile or more or
And
less
appropriate.
as an opportunity to do it?
Yep.
Well, again, it's an important process in community development to reprogram. You know, it's not something that's cut and dry. What you try to do doesn't often get fully accomplished sometimes due to no fault of anyone. It's just that the priorities change and the requirements change, and then you amend the program. I just wanted to make sure that the enhanced program still fulfilled some of the thing around crime prevention and the neighborhood aspect. And I just saw security guards. I wasn't quite sure what security guards we were talking about for events or neighborhood
It
things.
hasn't been specified, it's allowable under HUD guidelines, so in order to make it as flexible as possible, we made sure that we wrote that in there.
Okay. Well, again, I think what you're doing is an important part of the process. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the council?
I have a question for Chris. So what's the new funding mini grant called? You had a new name or?
Let's see, small housing repair program.
Okay, so that, all those are being reallocated to that, that's the name of the
Yes.
program?
Yep.
Thank you.
ARPA was called the mini grant, we're calling this the housing repair.
It's right in front of me, but I wanted to know.
That's citywide or is it a specific area?
Nope, citywide.
Citywide.
Yep.
Crystal, do you have a waiting list, or are you gonna be re-advertising this and get it?
We will have to it'll be a brand new, opportunity, so it will be open to the
People have to
public,
wait.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's low to moderate income persons,
Right.
yeah, it has to be,
Yeah.
yeah. And once it's approved by council, we'll also have to submit it to HUD and get their approval before we can, launch the program. It doesn't usually take them too long, though.
Thanks.
What's the income number that it stops at for not?
Oh, gosh, of course, I don't have that in front of me, but I can look it up and I can get it to you.
Yeah, that's fine. No, just,
Thanks.
'cause it's below and moderate, you said.
I should have the chart memorized,
It's
but
lower than that, okay.
I don't.
No, you don't have to, that's okay.
Change
As long as
every
it's-
year. Casey knows it off the top of her head.
Yeah.
but I- Yeah,
Low
it does
and-
change every year.
Low and moderate is what we need it for. And so
Yes,
that's what it's for,
yeah.
so
Yep.
that's fine.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take a check.
I'll ask a final time. Is there anyone else who would like to address the hearing? Is there any other questions, council members?